Hey, David, I'm taking a little longer than intended at the hospital. I won't be returning home for a while. I won't be able to cook anything for tonight. So please go to the shop by yourself today, won't you?
Huh. So you're saying that I'll have to spend my precious time buying food myself?
I had no idea it would take this long. I just got here. And there's a very long queue. I was hoping to go to the grocery store near me. But I doubt I'll have the strength to do it after the medical examination. I can't believe my eyes. Can you accept that for today only?
All right. I'll take care of dinner on my own. Just so you know, I'm also exhausted from work. And now instead of resting, I have to stay in the store and look for food for dinner. Why is everything always against me?
I've already apologized for that. Well, at least you have the opportunity to purchase food that you truly enjoy, don't you? You can order your favorite pizza with mushrooms or something else you want.
I really don't want to bother with food today. Could you just buy a quick meal to prepare tonight?
I already said I couldn't. This is only for today.
The very least you could do is make dinner. I believe that recently you've been slacking a lot.
How are you able to say that? In addition to being busy at work, I need to go to the hospital. That's because I may have serious problems.
You should visit the hospital as soon as you begin to feel ill, in order to get better as quickly as possible. You waited too long to do it. What would I do if it became a truly severe situation?
David.
There would be nobody here to clean the house if you passed away. Being a good wife means taking care of your health.
Oh, I see. That's what's on your mind, not the better thoughts. You might never speak to me again, and the mess in the house is the biggest fear you have?
Well, one of my problems is that you are my wife.
Oh my God. Do you realize that I'm responsible for more than simply keeping the house tidy and making dinner? I have my own work to do, and I have to do it on time. We made the decision to divide the work of keeping the house in order before getting married. About a month into the marriage, everything was going smoothly. Until you abruptly stopped performing your fair share.
If we're being completely honest, you have to be at home to work on the house, right? You see, my company is terrible, and the overwhelming workload forces me to work late. On the other hand, your business is quite affordable, and you consistently arrive home on time. It should be obvious who should be handling the most work.
Okay. So the weekdays are hectic for you?
What can you say about the weekends? I can't even get out of bed on the weekends because I'm so exhausted. Shouldn't you be doing the majority of the work because you arrive home at the same time every day?
I believe we can come to a solution that's more equitable than the current one.
Nothing is being accomplished by our discussion about this. I'd prefer not to waste time messaging you. So tonight, you'll be in the hospital. I'll go grab my own meal then. Bye.
David, has something happened? Why didn't you come home last night? Where are you?
Well, as it turns out, my boss felt bad for me when I told him I hadn't had dinner. He served me food and it was so delicious that I dozed off.
I understand. Perhaps you could SMS me your plans the next time. I was anticipating your return, so that we could eat together.
Huh? How was I to be aware of that? I thought you were just going to eat without me. If you had any particular plans for the two of us, you ought to have let me know.
You're correct. I should have informed you. It's all right. I didn't feel like eating. Don't stress over it.
If you say so. Just don't make it seem like I'm to blame.
You've got it wrong. What about today though? Will you be at home this evening?
All we can do is wait and see.
I want to discuss what occurred yesterday in the hospital.
Oh, that. I hope this doesn't take up too much of my time.
We're not choosing which sofa to buy. This is much more important. Listen to me.
What a bore! Let's do it tomorrow. Or better yet, the day after tomorrow. I need to get some rest. I'm too tired of playing golf. The weather was too hot.
I see. So that's the real reason you didn't come home.
Why not? Today is my day off.
Ah, I see now. We'll wait until next time. Just so you're aware, I'm going to the hospital for more tests. I won't have much time left until then.
Again, it feels like you spend all your time in the hospital. How long will you be there this time?
1 day only. I suppose it shouldn't need so much time.
It's great to hear. I was afraid you were going to be in there longer. Who would wash my clothes then?
What do you mean? You're not even interested in why I'm taking the test?
Yes. But aren't we discussing it tonight? Why bring it up right now? Anyway, you can explain everything to me in person later.
If you say so.
Wait a second. You're going to be hospitalized today. Aren't you?
Yes, it is.
You must be joking. I messed up big time. I came home early and the place was not clean. And there was nothing to eat again.
However, I told you yesterday. Have you been paying attention?
I vaguely recall hearing some things here and there. You're aware that you shouldn't disturb me while I'm watching my TV show, right? Next time, please send me a message about it. So I don't forget. Setting that aside, there's truly nothing at home. You should consider buying food for situations like this. By the way, we're planning to go out for drinks after work.
I can't believe it. You've been going out every night lately. How soon can we sit down and have a meaningful discussion?
Just calm down. What's the cause of your agitation?
What do you suppose I am? Just a slave to carry out your orders? I must discuss my disease. When will you put aside your ego and give me some of your time?
What do you mean by that? Is it that bad? What did the test say?
Just disregard it. I'm aware that you don't want to discuss it right now. Don't pretend to be interested if you aren't. If you don't care, I don't feel like talking about it.
Even if I understood what it was, there isn't much I could do about it. Consider it more logically. Aren't you the one receiving treatment these days? I'm so busy. I'm going on a business trip soon. Why don't you consider how difficult life is for me as well?
My suffering is more severe than yours. Do you honestly not care about me already?
It's getting old to hear about this. I don't want to go home because of your attitude. The home has such a flat vibe. I'll consider coming home if you apologize.
I can't believe you're writing this. Are you really going to put the responsibility for everything on me? I only want to explain to you what this condition is like. I'm tired of the constant talking about nothing.
Next week, I will be away for a whole week on business.
Wait, really? You have a business trip now, of all times?
The employer expects that of me. I truly can't refuse him. Are you going to try and stop me?
Of course not. But may I just remind you that I'm going to the hospital.
Therefore, if you're going to be critical of my work travel, all that will accomplish is harm my career and our capacity to cover the expensive medical bills. You keep accruing. In relation to that, didn't you just recently visit a hospital? And now, again?
They were just tests. And this time, I have to undergo a complicated operation.
Huh. Operation? So is this disease a real problem?
It is indeed. I've been trying to explain it to you repeatedly. Don't you feel awful that you didn't listen to me at first? Now that you think about it, what would you have done if you'd known sooner? I've tried to talk to you. But you've been so distant and indifferent.
How can I help with this? You understand there's been a lot going on.
What do you mean?
Well, with work, dinners, and the drinks. There's just been a lot going on. Anyway, there have been quite a few events lately. By the way, do you have any idea how long your hospital stay will be this time?
I think it'll take about a week. I'll be taking a short break from work when I leave the hospital. Thus I'll spend a lot more time at home.
My God. So it looks like I'm going to have to stay with Patrick for a while, doesn't it?
What?
You must understand that if you're having surgery, your body will be sliced into pieces. I don't want to see you weeping about the agony all over the place. The chores won't get done either, am I correct? I'll be cozy with my friend, so you can unwind as well.
Okay. But what if I ask you to stay home?
Are you for real? I'm unable to assist in your recuperation. I'll undoubtedly be a hindrance. What do you want me to do exactly?
Okay. I really appreciate you giving me some space.
I anticipated that you would become quite angry. So it's resolved. If you need me, you know where to find me. It's the saying, but don't bother me.
I understand.
Oh, I almost forgot. I won't be able to see you since I'm too busy at work. Especially considering the distance from work to the hospital.
Don't worry. That's okay. You must have been worn out recently. Who knows what will ultimately happen to me though?
Are you certain? I won't listen to your complaints about my lack of visits to you.
Of course. You're too tired to visit me.
Well, best of luck with the operation. I'll be focused on performing while at work.
David, what the hell is going on? Where are you now?
Huh? What are you talking about? I have important things to do on my business trip. Like I told you.
Sitting with some girl in a restaurant? Is this your important work? I can't believe this is happening.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you still under the influence of medication after the hospital? It looks like you're still alive and well. I didn't get a message, so I thought the worst.
Can you not take my operation so lightly? Don't change the subject. Who's that girl? Your colleague told me everything.
What's there to explain? It is what it is. This is my new girlfriend. Unlike you, she is healthy.
Are you for real? You'll regret it.
I don't need a sick, shattered woman like you. I hope you stay in the hospital forever. And don't bother me anymore.
Wow. I get it.
Hey there. Where are you right now? Why were the locks changed? I can't get home. Please don't ignore me. Answer immediately. Stop fooling around.
Who's the real one fooling around here? Cheating on your wife while she's in the hospital? How dare you?
Come on. You're still considering that? Stop acting so pathetic and let me in now.
I can't help it. This is not our home anymore.
Exactly what are you talking about?
All of our belongings have been taken care of. And the lease has been terminated. Yesterday, I smoothly transitioned into my new home. And I'll be living there alone.
What? What have you done with my things?
Like I said, they've been dealt with.
Stop being silly. You have no right to touch them. It's my stuff.
Do we intend to discuss rights? Was it okay for you to pay for your plots to cheat on me with funds from our joint account? Whose money did you initially believe that to be?
I can use that money in whatever way I want to.
If that's the case, I'm free to use the household items however I choose.
What do you said? You can't, of course. I was the one who purchased them.
The cost of the appliances was covered by your parents. Apart from that, we didn't have anything more valuable. But your parents told me they would rather I keep or sell everything than to leave it with their demented son.
This is nonsense.
I want to clarify that I have received their authorization to dispose of your belongings. I believed it was prudent to double-check with them before taking any action. But please don't fret. I've already sent your clothes to your parents' house. That's what I meant when I mentioned handling your possessions.
You're saying that my parents were in on all of this?
Of course. They even told me to sell the house in lieu of alimony.
What?
Is there a problem? Like I said, your parents bought everything that was of any value. By the way, I bet you tried to show off on your little trip and ended up using a lot of money. You realize that wasn't just your money to spend?
Yes, and so what? I've had enough. Stop it. Do you really think you're going to get away with this?
I would worry more about myself than about you trying to get back at me. Right now, you have no money. No family to support you. And to top it all off, no place to live. Wait. Maybe you could try staying with your new girlfriend. I doubt that'll help you.
And why is that?
I don't think anyone would want to be with you after you've lost everything. I doubt she's that interested in an old unemployed loser like you.
What do you mean by unemployed?
I'm surprised you've forgotten who you work for. It's my father's company. Where you go every day. Do you think he'll hire you again after the way you treated his daughter?
Hold on a second. What happens between us has nothing to do with my employment.
You had the gall to travel abroad with some young girls while I was going through cancer surgery. The biggest worry you would have if your wife passed away was who would clean the house. In your twisted heart, do you have even a sliver of affection for me?
Listen to me. I don't know where you got the nerve to say that to your own husband. But you better stop it right now.
I don't remember you being my husband.
Huh.
Remember how we drafted divorce paperwork? Before you last cheated on me? Thank you for making this divorce quick and simple.
Wait. Wait just a second. You submitted it without letting me know?
And although I sold a lot of things, it doesn't cover everything you owe me after the divorce. I will issue an invoice for the remaining amount. Tell your girlfriend about it.
What are you talking about?
Did you think a couple of second-hand appliances would cover your part of the divorce? Did you think I'd just give up on you?
You think this is funny? You appear evil.
I've got a new life ahead of me. And I'll take as much money as I can get from you to fund it.
Stop it already. How egotistical are you? How is this happening to me?
Don't be so gloomy. You are aware that your actions are the source of everything, right?
It's all your fault.
My fault? Do you have any idea how difficult it was to endure this operation without support? I couldn't even say anything to my parents. Because they're old, and their hearts are not the same as they used to be. You did not even attempt to comfort me with a single word. Have you ever given my feelings any thoughts? You weren't even aware of my ailments until today.
Just wait, let me tell you what I have to say.
I'm not concerned about your justifications. I don't want to see your face again.
I'll own that. I apologize.
It's too late to talk about everything. Everything has already been decided and done. My choice to get rid of you right now was the simplest one I've ever made. Better yet, the best one. Bye.
No. Please wait. No.
As expected, David was left all alone. His new girlfriend was only interested in him as long as he spent his money on her. After that, she immediately found someone wealthier. And completely ignored him. His colleagues stopped having any contact with David when they found out who he really was. Even his parents refused to let him into their home and blocked his number. And of course, I got fair financial compensation through the court for my ex-husband's infidelity. I don't know where he'll find all the money he owes me, but I don't care. Now that I'm starting a new chapter of my life, I finally fully recovered from the operation. And now I'm ready for new discoveries. I realized that now I had to appreciate what I had and enjoy every moment of my life. I used to work and do household chores, I didn't even travel. So I hope to change this as soon as possible.